good evening everyone. Hi, this is Christine Crowell here, and welcome to the evening live. And today I hope everyone is well, and today's session is about how to make money on YouTube in 2025. For example, 6 ways for small YouTube creators. Now, I've come on here because I want to be able to share my story, for example, with you, so that you can perhaps learn from it, but also to try it out for yourself. So today's video is about how you can make money on YouTube in 2025. Now, there's, for small creators right now, small creators are doing extremely well, and you really do have that option now to really grow your business, your YouTube channel. And I just also want to say thank you so much to all of you that have subscribed to the channel, as well as given your comments, and I've given you feedback as well, saying thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support, and I'm super excited. Now, I'll explain a bit about my journey. I'm a business coach, and I've been a business coach for over about 13 years now, for example, 14 years. And what I want to share with you is that I've been on YouTube, as you know, some of you don't know, but I've been on YouTube since 2013, for example. But I didn't really take advantage of it until, I would say, 8 years in. Then I started to look at, hey, this could be monetized. I can actually get paid to be monetized. So I then went down that route for getting monetized. But I didn't start to get 1,000 subscribers until 2 years ago, for example. And then what happened then is, life took over, and I then was able to get back into it again this year. So I had to provide the documentation to become a YouTube partner, for example, because I moved from the UK to Cyprus. So, it's like I had to start the ball rolling again, for example. But what I really do appreciate is that, it only took me probably about being monetized and being approved, took about two months, for example. So I got my first check after 1 month of doing videos on YouTube, and the first check was at $100. The second check, December, was $100 again. So I'm here to tell you that it does work. But I'm also here to tell you that it's not easy. It's not quick. It's not fast. It's not something that is a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes time. For some people, don't get me wrong, for some people they just blow up straight away, in terms of do really well. But that's not me, and it didn't work that way for me. So I'm not saying, although once you know the formula, it does seem more easier, but it's not easy to show up all the time, even when you don't feel like showing up, for example. But you can make it easy on yourself by just doing one video a week, and make it for 40 minutes, for example. Make it valuable, because that is what's going to bring in income, for example, by you doing that. But my method is I'm doing it daily so that I can get into YouTube's Google algorithm faster, for example, by me posting content daily, for example. So I want you to be able to, really think about that. Do you want to do your video every day, for example? Do you want to do it once a week? Do you want to do it once a month? It all depends really on what it is that you're discussing and what you're talking about, and whether you feel that you can do every day, because it, like I said, it's not easy. You have to put in a lot of effort. So YouTube is like a business. Well, not that it's like a business, it is a business. You got to treat it like it is a business, and you have to be focused, and you've got to be consistent as well with what you're doing. So what is it that you have decided, or whether, I noticed some of you have got your channels, they're already there ready to go, because you wouldn't be on here if that was the case, if that wasn't the case, should I say. So I've been doing some experimenting with my videos. For example, I've been trying different topics, but really it all relates to what it is that I do, for example, in a roundabout way. So with YouTube like this, for example, you can do your products, or you can just do adverts, for example. And this is the key here to, longevity on YouTube, is that you've got to do something that you love, first of all. So I'm talking to you about the basics before you start going into something that you may not want to do after 2-3 months. I've seen it where YouTubers, they become burnt out, for example, or they become exhausted because they really don't like what it is that they're doing, the topic maybe. So don't think about the amount that you're being paid per 1,000 views. You've got to first of all like what it is that you're talking about. So find a subject that you like to talk about. Don't think about, if I do finance, that's a higher level. Get into the flow of doing videos on a regular basis, and then you will get stronger and stronger. And then when you are ready, then you can go into finance, for example, or talking about money, things like that. There's that chap called David Ramsey. He's very good. For example, he focused purely on finance and relationships and things like that. But this is what I want for you, is to look at what will work for you in your YouTube channel, for example, because I did an experiment, and I've been doing an experiment, and I'm noticing that although it's not jumping up hugely, my views increased by 60 views a day, for example. So I'm really happy with that, because I don't want to be like where it explodes and it gets really big and then it gets overwhelming. I don't want to feel like that. I want it to be a smooth transition. I want it to just flow. Each day I'm taking a step, just like a child, from crawling to walking, then walking to running, then growing, for example. So first of all, you got to really look at what it is that you want to do. So that's why I've been posting daily. You'll see that I'm doing lots of videos. I'm doing shorts. So yesterday, I'll tell you the numbers that I did. I did about 16 videos, and I did one live. So out of that one live, I managed to get 16 videos from that one live that I did, which was about 1 hour and 15 minutes, wasn't it? I remember, well, I know because of the timestamp, for example. But out of that as well, I did 40 shorts. Now, you can't just do 40 shorts, because it would take you forever, for example, if you was doing it manually. But there is a software which I use, which is called Opus. And that Opus, you can put your link in, for example, and then your YouTube video link in, and then it will generate the shorts for you. And then you have to look at it if you've got time to do so. So I was able to generate those number of shorts plus the videos. So my YouTube studio, which I've got on here. So that's one of the strategies that I'm telling you, is that that's me. And I'm not saying that you're to do it, because it is hard work, but I've been dealing with videos, I've been uploading videos, I've been doing shorts for a very long time, since 2013. So in my business, doing digital products, etc. So I do know how to do it. So it's not like it's some massive task. Now listen, when I first started doing it in 2013, it was, I just didn't know what I was doing. It was taking me forever to do things. But because of my experience now, because I've been dealing with videos and editing, for example, and well, the shorts have only just come about really the past couple of years, to tell you the truth, to me anyway. But I've been doing it since 2013, and you can see on my channel I've got like over 2,000 videos. That's how much that I've done, that many videos. So that's why I'm able to do those number of videos. So I'm saying to you not to stress yourself out. Just do what feels comfortable to you. Now, some people, they just do one video a week. Some people do a video every other week. Some people do a video once a month, and they're still doing really well. So when you do a video like once a month, you got to think about what that's going to be. It's got to be a quality, strong video that you want it to go viral, basically. Okay? So there's a lot of people that do real estate, because you get paid per 1,000 views RPM, for example, but there's a rate according to what it is that you're talking about and what it relates to with the advertisers and what they're willing to pay to put their ads on your videos, for example, and then you then get like a 50% share, for example, from YouTube. Don't quote me on that, because I don't know off the top of my head right now, because I haven't looked at it properly. So I'll just tell you, I've got on my phone, I've got the YouTube studio on here. So it told me what I did for December. It said I did 88 videos, 450 shorts, and 35 live streams, plus one post. That's what I did in December. And it will tell you what you're currently doing, it just gives you updates, i.e. what have you done for the week, what have you done for the month, and you can go to each month, then it will tell you how many views you're getting, for example, and it will tell you as well what what your income is so far. And that's on the YouTube studio app, which is on your phone, for example. But don't let it worry you. I'm just explaining 6 ways for you to have your small creators channel so that you can make money, for example. So think about who it is that you're going to serve. Is it real estate? Is it business? What type of topics are you going to be talking about? Is it educational, for example? There's all different types. Is it, gaming? What is it that you're going to be talking about? Because everyone's conversation is valuable, for example. So I just want you to just stop and just make a note of what it is that you're going to be talking about on YouTube. And whether you want it to go around the world or whether you want it to just stay in your location, for example, then that's great. You can even go in. Let me just make sure that this is streaming on my OBS. Yes, it is, yeah. And so you make sure that it is, you can do multiple languages. Like on my YouTube, I can do multiple languages, but I have to go in manually. But in America, there's this new thing, it's called dubbing. So you can actually, it's amazing because it will be your voice, but it will be speaking another language of the person that is watching it in wherever they are around the world. Now, isn't that amazing? I can't wait to actually to use that feature. But currently at the moment, I can do like subtitles in another language, which I think that will also create a wider audience for you. And I'm just talking about some successful strategies that you can use for your YouTube channel, for example. So with that said, when you're doing your subtitles, it will also say about the people, the areas, that the geographical locations of the people that have been watching your videos. Where are they from? So then you would look at doing subtitles for those locations of where people are watching you from. For example, like for me, that they list like about 20 locations around the world. So I have to go in and make it so that it's the language of that person that's looking from around the world, so that they can also read it, for example, just to get more views. That's another way to get broader view, by not just looking at your location that you are, but you can also do it in another location that you don't speak that language, for example, but it will do the subtitles for you. If you live in America, you got it good, because there's a thing called dubbing, and this dubbing thing app, you can actually have it where it's you speak, well, it's your voice speaking, but it's an AI voice, and it's changed. It's still got your tone, and it's changed in the language of the person that is wanting it to be in non-English, for example, if it was me, for example. So there's that aspect, but there's also the subtitles. You can do your subtitles in many languages around the world, because that's going to open up more people to your channel to view. So I think that's a really good idea for you to do that. It takes time, because when you do the video, you've then got to go into subtitles, and I think mine is set at 2 automatically, for example, because America and England, for example. But I also can go in and say that I want it to be, I just look at it, tells me who around the world is watching my videos. So then I can put it in their language, but it's in subtitles. You get me? So that is a really good way to get extra views for your channel. I'm trying to show you quick, fast ways for small YouTubers. Look, Mr. Beast, he's huge, right? He did this couple of years ago, for example, but he's had to pay people to translate his videos into the language of where he is, of where the person is watching the video from, for example. So now I bet he's super happy now, because he can have it, just the dubbing can do it for him, and he hasn't got to pay a big amount of money to have it translated, and someone speaking it, a narrator speaking the language of where he wants the video to be watched, for example. And I believe that's also how he's got really big as well. So this is the reason why I'm saying to yourselves to try and do that, to go in to the subtitles, and then you put the languages of the people that are already watching your video. But you can also add more. You can add as many as you want to, if you've got that time. So if you're doing, say, a video once a week, then I would definitely do multiple languages as a subtitle. For example, I would do like 20-30 languages, so that it's going to attract people from all around the world, and they're going to also click the ad, because the ad will relate to where they are. So then you will get paid more money. Does that make sense to you, what I'm saying? I hope that you're getting it, because I want to try and give you as much value as possible and for you to implement it, because I've started to do that, but because I'm doing lots and lots of videos, I have to wait for my VA to start, and it's been the holiday season, so I have to wait for her to start, and then we will then get all the subtitles done, so that it's in about 50 languages around the world. That's how serious I am with this YouTube, because I want to show you as well that it works, and I want us all to win from this. Okay, now I've been on YouTube since 2013. No way am I saying I'm an expert, because I'm not, because I haven't really spent time inside of YouTube. What I've done is videos to do with my business, because I want people to book appointments. I also do training, for example. I also do my monthly boot camp. So that's the reason why I've got thousands of videos on my YouTube channel, because I haven't really thought about growing the YouTube channel. But I also notice now, because I've monetized all of the videos, for example, I also notice that I'm getting paid for things from years ago, for example. So it depends how many videos you've got. If you haven't got much videos, then try and do them every day for at least 3 months. I know it seems a lot, or at least once or twice or 3 times a week, for example, if it's too much for you, because I don't want to put anybody under any pressure. But it will take about 3 months for it to really get into the Google algorithm, and they know that you're stable and that you're going to show up. For example, it's like tonight, I was 15 minutes late because I was trying to log in, and I was having a problem with the streaming software that I've got. So I had to get that sorted out. But if you please try that, because if you can do subtitles around the world, then you will get more people wanting to get your video, because then your video will show up in that place around the world, for example. So when they go on YouTube, then yours will come up, because it's relatable to what they're searching for. And although you may be English speaking or whatever language you're speaking, you can have it changed to their language, and it can be subtitles can be in their language, so they can look at it that way. But when this dubbing does come out, you'll be able to, it's going to be amazing, because you have to record your voice into this AI thing. And I know some of you won't want to do that, for example, because it's new to you, AI, for example, and there's still a lot of trust that needs to be done with AI, for example. But imagine that you've recorded your voice, and then you've got your video, and it's talking in that person's language of where they are. So, for example, if I was speaking English, I could get this dubbing software, for example, that will speak in another language, say Russian or Sweden, for example, or Philippines, for example, around the world. Isn't that remarkable? Fijian, or India, for example, Africa, for example. It will speak that native language, and it's your voice, but they've changed to the language of the person that's going to be listening to your video. And whilst they're listening to your video and you're providing value, then the ads will come up that's relatable to where they live, and they will click that ad and you'll be paid. Isn't that wonderful? So it's not just the location of where you are. You got to think about, some of the other locations, at least 10 locations, for example, to grow your channel, for example, to get monetized quickly as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it, but you've got to make sure that the information that you're providing relates to the person that is watching your video. So that is the third way that you can make money on YouTube. You can also sell your products to them, but you'll have to make sure that it is in their language. Ask them if they want it in English, you know, or do they want it in their own language, because it could be a gift, for example. So just think about that, because it's so amazing. But like I said yesterday, I did these videos and I got an extra, I know it doesn't seem like much at all, but I got an extra 60 views a day. And I think that is good. I've also got 18 subscribers. So I got 8 yesterday, for example. So I'm happy with the results that I'm getting, because, you know, I've been doing this for 2 months, for example, where I'm posting daily, but I've been doing it for about a month where I was doing 2 or 3 videos daily, for example. And now I've really ramped it up. It's like I'm doing 1 live, which is about an hour, for example. Then I'm changing that live into 4 videos, 4 long form videos as well. Then I'm also changing that live, the 1 hour video, into shorts, which is creating, say, 40 shorts, for example. When you're doing the short form videos or your shorts, what's good now is that YouTube, another way for you as a small creator, is that YouTube, they want you to use your they've got this section where you get to say, what does this video relate to? So although someone's watched a short, they might want to watch more. So then what happens then is that you will click that button, and it will open up, and then it will show you all your videos, for example, or you can search the video that it relates to. So then it's there on YouTube. It's easy, it's quick to find. YouTube, I believe, are trying to sort of not, you know, they want to make it easy for people to find things and not have to read through all of your description information on your YouTube in that upload that you've just done, for example. So if you do see it on when you do your short, if you do see the relatable video section on the right hand side, okay, then you will click it and it opens up, and then you will click the video that it relates to, and then it then locks in, and then when the person has watched the short, then there'll be like a pop-up saying watch the full video now, instant, rather than them trying to look in your description and try and find this link, because not everyone reads the description as well. They just want to, we're so quick and fast, we just want things instantly. Do you agree with me? Are you with me? Everyone wants things quick and fast. This world's different today. Although there are some videos out there which is about mindfulness, it is about relaxation, so things are a lot slower. They talk quietly. It's called ASMR. And what that is, it's about relaxation. It's about helping your mind to relax, to think about the sounds that you hear. So it could be that you're listening to the seashore, for example. That's relaxing, isn't it? And this is another thing you could do if you don't want to talk on YouTube. Hey, look, light a fire. If you've got a fire, that is, light a fire and just film that fire. There is a YouTube channel here where they're just doing fires. They're literally just doing pure fires, and it could be like for 12 hours. You know, it's looped for 12 hours, for example. And you can see this beautiful fire, and it's just crackling sounds, it's popping, and, you know, it's relaxing. So that's another way. If you don't want to show your face, then you can show the sea. If you live by the sea, that is, and the shore, the waves crashing against the shore, you can just film that. And then you can just loop it and loop it and loop it and loop it for about an hour, and you've got a relaxation video. There's another one, walking in nature, for example, and you just film and record the birds singing, the birds chirping, wings flying overhead, you know, bugs on the floor, depends where you live in, you know, a bee flying around. If you live near a hive, for example, you can just, you know, some people like bees, for example, and I like bees because they're beautiful. I love the honey, but I wouldn't want them very close to me, for example. But some people like these different sounds, and it's relaxing, and you haven't had to show your face, but you don't talk. People don't want to hear talking, they want to hear the sounds. So you just put on your video fire sounds, no talking, crackling sounds, cozy warm fire to warm you on a winter's night or something like that, or a day at the sea side, relaxing shore, the waves crashing, and you can see the waves crashing, and you're filming it. It's amazing. Seriously, people will want to have this, because when you've had a busy day, you want to relax sometimes, right? So you could create simple videos like that is sounds. You know, like I've got on my channel here about heal your money blocks, you know, relaxation, but I'm going to start this relaxation thing because it's good. Same with, you know, self-care, for example, and pampering. You know, I did a video, I think I put it on TikTok, I don't believe I put it on YouTube, where I was running my bath and I was recording the water running, and then I turned the water off, then I dropped a couple of bath bombs into the water, and I filmed it, and you could hear the popping and the sizzling sounds of the bath bomb, you know, and people will listen to that because they want to relax, they want to come home and relax. There's even people that do, and I'm giving you some really good ideas if you don't want to show your face. There's people that just do sounds, or they show you something, you know, they're just walking, but they've got the camera pointing at the target, for example, instead of you, it's pointing away and facing the target, for example. So what is it that you can do if you don't want to show your face? Because some people are introverts, they're not extroverts, but that can be really good. I saw one lady's channel here today, amazing channel. It was about Africa, and it was a faceless channel, and it makes me, I subscribed, and I'm trying to subscribe to everyone's videos, channels here that have subscribed to me as well, so that we can help one another to get subscribers. So do subscribe. If you subscribe to me, then I will subscribe back to you as well, and I'll like your videos as well, and we can all do that as well, because I think it's important that we try and help one another. And like I said, you don't necessarily have to be, you know, a TV presenter and, you know, you're good at talking and blah, because that takes years. I wasn't always good at talking. You know, I've come from a teaching background because I love teaching. That is my passion. When I do my boot camps for 3, 4, 5 days, I love it. That is my genius zone. And I love it. And that's where I want to be in 2025, for example. And that's why I've got these independent coaches that will do other things independently. And I'm collaborating with them, for example. But it is their business, for example. But, think about the things that you're good at. Because we're all good at something, whether it's cooking, whether it's looking after children. There's mums out there, they struggle. I've been there with my firstborn. I had postnatal depression because I was homeless with a 6-week-old baby. So I became depressed. So there's all things that we all go through in our lives that we can look at helping someone that's struggling, for example. Because when we're helping one another, then it makes us feel good as well. Would you agree with that? It does, doesn't it? If you're helping someone, it makes you feel good. And then you feel good, and they feel good, and everyone feels good together. So, like I said, there's these faceless channels. There's these channels where they're just playing classical music, relaxing, or pottery. They're just doing pottery because they can do pottery and they're just showing their hands. Or they're doing like cooking, but they're chopping food, for example, and then they're putting the oil in the frying pan, and then they're cooking, and there's a bubbling sound or the sizzling sound. People find that relaxing as well and therapeutic. There's also a channel where she's pretending to give someone a facial to help them relax, or to just feel that because sometimes people feel that they're able to get a good night's sleep by doing that. So they come home, they've had a busy day at work, for example, and they just want to relax and breathe. So that's a routine, and they haven't gone and spent a fortune, because sometimes it can be helpful just by imagining that it's happening. Just like for you, if you want to do something great, you imagine what it's going to be like. You imagine that feeling of how you're going to feel. And that is where the magic begins, is that you know that feeling. So that's why you do things, because you want that feeling in the end, for example. So you do the work, whatever needs to be done to get that feeling. I hope that makes sense to you, because what I want to do is show you ways that you as a small creator can grow your channel quickly. And I'm showing you a quicker way to grow your channel is by uploading of videos daily. Now, you don't have to do as many as I do, for example, daily, because I'm experimenting, I'm trying things out. So you have to look at what you can do at your pace. What feels good to you? Are you going to do a video once a day, or are you going to do a video once a week, or are you going to do it once every 2 weeks? There's lots of things that you can do. You could do a newsletter, you could do a membership, and encourage people to join your membership. You can see I've got a membership which is level 1 to 4 on YouTube, for example. And I only just created that, I think, about a week. Could be even 2 weeks ago, I can't remember off the top of my head. But you can create a membership channel so that you're you've got members in your channel and you're providing value, and they're paying monthly. It's not like a one-off thing, because if you have something that's a one-off thing, then you're constantly always chasing that one-off thing. Whereas when you have a membership, it's residual income, whether it's £10 a month, whether it's £99 a month, whether it's 200, 300, 400 a month, 900 a month. It is residual income. For example, you know that you can usually expect it, especially if it's a 12-month, but you don't have to make it a 12-month program. You can make it that they pay monthly and they can sign out at any time. That way they're free to do so, you know, without having to give you notice of, say, 2 months that they're going to be signing out, for example. So think about the things that you can do in your YouTube channel. Like how I shot a quick video today. I think I did 3 today. Shot 3 quick videos, and I'm doing this live today. I also uploaded some shorts today. Like I said, YouTube is a business. It's not, you can treat it as a hobby. It depends how much you really want from it. But if you want money from it, regular money, the minimum, you know, at least 100 a month, you got to do something with it. It can't just come to you just by having the channel. You've got to work it, and you've got to do those videos. Like I'm trying to do like how to grow your YouTube channel, because I want to help you to grow your YouTube channel. But also you can use your YouTube channel. Another way is that you can use it for your business. Rather than paying for ads, you can use your business to do it. Whether you want to do a faceless YouTube channel, then that's entirely up to you. Because some people, they do a faceless channel. There's, I'll give an example. I was watching one channel yesterday where they were cooking outdoors, for example, and you never saw their faces. They had a hood on or something like that, and then eventually, you know, months down the line, they decided to show their face, you know, so that people could see them, for example. So you can do a faceless channel, or you can do a channel where they can see you. But if you want to get to 1,000 subscribers, then you're best to post daily if you can, or weekly. When you do post weekly, it has to be of really high content, really high value content, that you're giving away the crown jewels, basically. That's the key to getting the volume. But if you post every day, and you should get to your 1,000 subscribers quickly, for example. You'll also get to your 4,000 watched hours quickly as well. So each time that you do your videos, for example, some of them you'll get 0 view on them. Some of them you'll see that you're getting views and you're starting to get traction, and sometimes it will stop. And then suddenly, 3 or 4 months down the line, could suddenly just shoot up, could become popular, and then it can become viral. Even sometimes when, you don't even notice that it's gone viral until you actually get a notification. So another thing that I also want to say to you is to do one thing first. And what is really trending now is the YouTube, talking about YouTube, how YouTube is for you. How are you finding it, for example? Or maybe you could talk about your occupation, what you're currently doing, for example. Or maybe you could talk about that you're saving, for example, for, you know, whatever reason, rainy day, for example, to help with management, money management, for example. So think about all the different ways that you can create your small your small YouTube channel. So like I said, post daily if you can. 6 ways for small channels, for example. Post daily. Look at different languages, because we are global. We're global. We might as well say we're all connected. Just because someone's across the world, we're still all connected. Doesn't mean to say we're disconnected. We are all one. We're the world, and we are all one. Okay? So think about globally. Okay? What niche are you going to do? And pick something that is going to be comfortable for you, for example. Then you've got to think about how many videos. Create a calendar of what videos you're going to post and what will you talk about on each of those days, for example. And it's okay to do the first 7, you do different, you know, slightly different ones, but then you just keep repeating yourself over and over again. You just do a spin-off from, oh, I did that video on Thursday and I talked about this, and this is what happened, you know, and this is where I am at the moment from that video, for example. So you can just keep, because if it's gonna work, it will work that way by you being consistent, for example. And I'm I'm giving you this information not just off the top of my head, but from the big YouTubers, for example, okay, and the small creators that are doing really well. That's what they're saying as well. Now, I've already mentioned to you that I did, for example, 364 shorts. Maybe I didn't. 183 videos and 43 lives. It's a lot, isn't it? I'm not expecting you to do that, but I'm experimenting and I'm trying to see what works and what doesn't work. So that's the reason why I'm doing it, because I've got a lot to make up for. I've had YouTube for since 2013. So over 10 years I've been on YouTube and I've not done anything with it. I've had all the cameras. You don't need a fancy camera. All you need, your mobile phone. iPhone is just as good. There's 4K on there. And then once you've got money coming in, then you can buy your equipment, your microphones, for example, your camera for it depends whether you want to be like a talking head like me. I'm sitting here and I'm talking, or whether you like moving around and try different things. Try sitting, then try walking around. Try being in a different location, being in your car, for example. Try, talking in the park, for example. There's all different ways that you can talk and get your message across. You don't have to always be in the same spot with the same background. And the reason why I'm doing this regularly here at this time is because for me it's night time. It's like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So I'm not going to be out in the street, for example, or walking along the seafront at 10 p.m. at night, or walking in the woods at 10 p.m. at night. Could you imagine? I'd be jumping out of my skin if I was in the woods, for example. Or even, yes, I could sit in my car but there's no point. I don't think you'd be able to see me very well, because I notice when it gets dark and I do a video, you know, the lighting isn't as good as what I would like it to be. So this is the reason why I'm in my office talking to you, because it's 10 p.m. 10:05 at night. So that's why I'm here in this position. Otherwise, if it's daytime, then I would be out. And I know I did 2 videos during the day today, but it was raining outside, so I didn't really want to go out in the rain. So I then did my videos here for the day. And I also cooked a quick meal as well, and I lit the fireplace. Well, I didn't like the fireplace, my husband did. And you know, this is what I'm saying. With YouTube, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person talking. People sometimes don't want to hear someone talk. They just want quiet. They just want to just sit and just relax and listen to the sounds that they want to hear. Whether it's cooking sounds, maybe they're doing their own cooking and then they're listening to they call it ASMR, and that's where someone's chopping really loudly, so the microphone is literally on top of where the food is, so that the chopping, really you can hear the chop 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 chop, you can hear the scoop, you can hear things going in the frying pan with the sizzling oil, for example, even the salt and the pepper, the seasoning, you can even hear that drop. You can hear a pin drop. That's how those sounds are, because it's right next to the subject where the action is. And some people like that. Some people like to hear the cooking sound, because maybe they're cooking and they want to feel energized for cooking, for example. Or maybe they want to hear it because they want to feel hungry, you know. But when I was listening to it myself, I thought, wow, the food looked good. It looked really good as well. So I'm going to be doing those type of cooking when I'm doing my vegan cooking. So I have to have my kitchen set up, and that should be ready for next week, so that I can do that more, for example. Because at the end of the day, we all eat. Whether we're business or not business, everybody eats. And people like to cook. I like to cook. It makes me feel good. It's therapeutic for me, for example. Maybe you can show people how to do facials. I did a facial for myself today, and that was relaxing as well. Because when you've had a busy week, it's nice to do some self-care, pamper day, and you know, you haven't gone anywhere, but you've done it at home and it feels really good. It's good for you. So think about all the things that you can do to create money on YouTube, so that people, the advertisers, will pay for you to place their adverts on your videos, and then you get paid monthly. The 21st of the month you get paid, if you do the work, that is. So like I said, how determined are you to get your YouTube channel? Because like I said, you can be faceless. You don't have to show your face. Faceless channels get lots and thousands of views. Thousands of views. So whether you're showing your face, or whether you're doing a faceless channel where it's characters, AI characters, or whether you're just showing the fireplace crackling, for example, or whether you are cooking and you're just showing the food, you're just directly filming the food, not all around you, just the food, chopping board, for example, and you're chopping, you're making sounds. You know, there's lots of things that you can do. I'd love to hear what your what your thoughts are about what type of YouTube channel are you doing currently at the moment, because I would love to know, because there's so many different ways that you can make money on YouTube. It's not just where someone's talking and they're, you know, educating you. There's other ways of being educated or relaxing. It depends on why that person's gone on to YouTube in the first place. Could be fitness. Maybe you're good as a fitness person, so show people about fitness. Maybe you're good at healthy eating, so show people about healthy eating and what it's done for you. Maybe you have a family condition, so maybe talk about that, for example. There's so many subjects that you can talk about on YouTube, and we've all got it. Whether you want to show your face or not, you can still make money. And it doesn't matter where you live in this world, you can still make money. You can make, if you've got internet, that is. That's the key. You've got to have the internet to be able to do the YouTube. But there's just, you know, lots of ways. I mean, I said here 6 ways, but I think I've mentioned more than 6 ways for you to make money quickly. But for me, like I said, I'm posting daily, literally daily. And when I say I'm posting daily, I'm doing probably about 4 videos a day, for example, and then I'm doing a live for about an hour, and then I'm doing shorts. So there's a lot more, because when you're doing shorts, you just got to make sure that it relates to a video, long form. That's because some people say, oh, shorts ruins your channel. And I wouldn't say to jump straight into doing shorts right now. If you're new, don't do that. Get yourself established first, and then you can go into that. But some people have got their subscribers and their 4,000 watched hours through shorts. So I can't really say to you, don't do shorts, because I see that people have done shorts and they've just purely done shorts and they've made their hours, and then they start doing the long form videos, but then they also have got the shorts to bring people to the long form video, because not everyone wants to watch a long form video straight away. They like something quick, fast, that they can just watch and go, oh yeah, I like that. Oh, there's more. Oh, I'm gonna watch that video. And then that way you've got them to join and subscribe to you, because you've provided them with content as well. You don't get paid much for shorts on adverts. It's like pennies, for example. So just bear that in mind as well. So tomorrow I've got some training to do, but I will be coming in here during the day, I'll be doing my live, but my live is not about YouTube tomorrow. Well, it is, because YouTube really is how I make my money for my business. Listen, there's social media out there, but I'm going to go into that tomorrow. The things that's worked for me and what hasn't worked for me. And I will say here that YouTube has worked for me in my business. I would not be here in Cyprus if it wasn't for YouTube, because I can live anywhere in the world because I do things online. So YouTube has got so many benefits, as well as you making money from adverts, but there's other ways that YouTube can bring money in for you as well. So I hope that that was helpful for you today, and thank you so much for being here today. I do appreciate you taking time out to be here today, and I know it's busy for you, but I do appreciate it, and thank you so much to everyone. Thank you for being here watching. Thank you for those of you that are watching the replays. Thank you for those of you that are commenting on the videos, for example, and thank you for your subscriptions. Let's build our YouTube channels together and let's grow it together. Like I said, if you subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you, vice versa. But then I subscribe if I see things and I like it anyway. So that's just how I am. All right, so have a wonderful evening. Like and subscribe if you found this really helpful today. And if you know of anyone that would benefit from it, show it to them, because YouTube is for all age groups. All age groups. Look, I'm going to be 60 this year and I'm on YouTube. You know, you can't have it any sweeter than this. It is a good way to advertise for your business. It's like YouTube has now become your retail store, literally. So just make use of it, because it's there and the advertisers will pay you. All you got to do is talk or show what it is that you want to show, or you can make money from it in so many ways. Digital products, you can make it adverts, you can make it where it's affiliate links, affiliates, you can make it where you're actually doing the product but you're not making the product, they're delivering it for you, you get a cut, for example. So many ways, there really is. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's training, and I look forward to speaking with you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Stay blessed. Thank you. Take care. Bye.